What's up, Eugene? Welcome to the Sports Update. I'm your host, Ryan Ballis. From great performances on the diamond and struggles on the hardwood to spring football revving up, we have a lot to cover in this week's update. The men's and women's basketball teams switched locations over the weekend as the ladies took on the UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans at home, and the men took on the pair of schools in Los Angeles. The Ducks put up a fight at home against the Bruins, but abysmal shooting from beyond the arc and a stellar performance by UCLA's Kennedy Burke, who dropped a game-high 29 points, led to a stunning Bruins victory in Matthew Knight Arena. This was the Ducks' first home loss and back-to-back loss this season after falling to the Oregon State Beavers on Monday in Corvallis. On Sunday, they defeated USC by a score of 96-78. Sabrina Ionescu broke the record for triple-doubles in a season after posting her 7th of the season and 17th of her career against the Trojans. The current number 2 ranked Ducks should expect a drop in rankings, but a strong finish to the season will hold them at number 1 seed in their region for the upcoming tournament in March. The men's team visited the USC Trojans on Thursday, but fell by a score of 66-49. Star Trojan Benny Boatwright posted a game-high 20 points against the Ducks and continued his hot streak from three-point range. He shot an impressive 6 of 9 from 3 and added 6 rebounds in a decisive win over the Ducks. Poor performances by Peyton Pritchard and Kenny Wooten led to inefficiency on the offensive end for the Ducks, which carried over into Saturday night's game against the Bruins in Pauley Pavilion, where the men narrowly lost by a score of 90-83. They will look to close out the season by facing the pair of Arizona schools at home this upcoming week. The Ducks baseball team had a dominant weekend against St. Mary's as they won the first 3 games in the series, sweeping the Gales. On Friday, the Ducks won in walk-off fashion, winning 3-2 on a Jacob Goldfarb score off a Tanner Smith pop fly. On day 2, the men dominated the entire game, winning 6-2. The key players in the second game were catcher Cameron Campbell and designated hitter Aaron Zavala. In the third and final game, the Ducks narrowly escaped with a win, capping the series off in a 5-4 victory. While the team spread the wealth in runs, Gales right fielder Matt Green posted 3 runs of his own to keep St. Mary's in the game. The men will face Loyola Marymount this upcoming weekend. The Ducks softball team headed to Cathedral City in California to play in the Mary Nutter Classic, where they had mixed results on the field. They started the tournament off with a 3-1 victory over New Mexico State, but fell to Cook 5-3 later that day. On the second day, the Ducks came off hot with an 11-0 routing of Army, with multiple run performances by Jasmine Severs, Haley Cruz, and Cherish Burks. The Ducks then topped the Texas A&M Aggies by a score of 7-5 after a late rally. Later that day, they fell to Texas Tech by a score of 5-0. To close out the tournament, the Ducks faced the University of California, Santa Barbara, where they won by a score of 6-1. The Lady Ducks will head to Fullerton, California for the Judy Garman Classic this upcoming week. Good news for Ducks football fanatics. Spring ball is coming back March 7th. Mario Cristobal confirmed the starting date of spring practices on National Signing Day, which was held at the Hatfield Dowling Complex. The Ducks boast their first ever top 5 recruiting class with star players such as number 1 overall prospect defensive end Kayvon Thibodeau, all-purpose back Sean Dollars, and a pair of star linebackers in Jimon Eford and Mace Funa. On February 14th, Duck fans got even more to love than just 18 of 22 returning starters and a top 5 recruiting class. Wide receiver Juwan Johnson, a graduate transfer from Penn State, announced his transfer to Oregon. The 6'4", 235-pound wideout will be the biggest receiver to play for the Ducks in a long time. With his size and big playability, Johnson will look to make an immediate impact on a roster that is not only filled with talent, but depth as well. Make sure to keep an eye out for all of the new Ducks on campus this spring and in the fall. That's all I have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all things Ducks sports. Have a great night, Eugene.